Hello, my name is Thomas Liu. AB Suite 8.0 is qualified with Visual Studio 2019, so you can develop the AB Suite application with Visual Studio 2019. Today, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a new system modeler project with Visual Studio 2019 and add it to Azure DevOps services, then build it with Azure pipelines. I will also demonstrate how to use the ExportAs feature to port the changes done in Visual Studio 2019 back to the AB Suite 7.0. First, I will demonstrate how to create a new system model project with Visual Studio 2019. I have an AB Suite application developed with AB Suite 7.0. and I would like to continue to develop it with AB Suite 8.0. To do that, I have to create a new AB Suite System Modeler project with Visual Studio 2019 before I start to do any development work. There are multiple ways to create a new project in Visual Studio 2019. When you first open Visual Studio, the Start window appears. And from there, you can select Create a new project. I'm going to select Continue without code and show you how to create a new project in a different way. If the Visual Studio development environment is already open, you can create a new project by choosing File, New, Project on the menu bar. You can also click the New Project button on the toolbar or press Ctrl-Shift-N. On the Create a New Project page, a list of your recently selected template appears on the left. The templates are sorted by most recently used. If you are not selecting from the recently used template, you can filter all available project templates by language, platform, and project type. For language filter, you can choose LDL+. For platform filter, you can choose Windows, OS 2200, or MCP. For this demo, I'm going to choose Windows. For project type filter, you can choose AB Suite. You can also enter search text into the search box to further filter the templates. For example, new application. The search result will appear while you are entering search text. The text that appears under each template corresponds to the 3 drop-down filters. I'm going to select the new application from a file to create a new project with a model file exported from AB Suite 7.0. Click Next. The Configure Your New Project page appears. It has options to name your project and the solution. It also allows you to select a disk location. I'm going to change the project name to Qualification. And choose a location that I used for a previous project. Click Create. The System Modeler New Application Wizard appears. It shows the selection page of the wizard. I'm going to select a model file exported from AB Suite 7.0 to restore. Click Next. It shows the model page of the wizard. You can select or enter a name For SQL Server, you can enter a name for database and model. I'm going to use the default value for all the 3 fields. Click Next. It shows the confirmation page. Click Finish. It starts to create the model database and the project, and this will take several seconds. The creation is now complete. Click Close. The project created and opened successfully. Open Class View. Expand the model, deployment folder, and segment. Open the painter of the GCAI spec. It is what I expected. Now I can develop my application with Visual Studio 2019. AB Suite 8.0 is also qualified with Azure DevOps services, so you can use Azure DevOps services to plan work, collaborate on code development, and build and deploy AB Suite applications. I will demonstrate how to add a system model project to Azure repository and then build it with Azure pipelines. To connect to Azure DevOps services from Visual Studio 2019, first, you need to specify Visual Studio Team Foundation Server as current source control plugin in Visual Studio. Tools, Options, Source Control plugin. Select Visual Studio Team Foundation Server for current source control plugin. Click OK. Then you can sign in from Team Explorer. View Team Explorer. Manage connection. Connect to a project. And show hosted repository for. You can click Add an account. After you sign in successful, you can open the Azure DevOps web portal from Team Explorer. This is the Azure DevOps web portal. Azure Boards allows you to quickly and easily check user stories, backlog items, tasks, features, and bugs associated with your project. I created 2 tasks and assigned them to myself. We can open these 2 tasks and have a look. This is a task for update supported software. This is a task to add a project to Azure repository. In Team Explorer, I can see these 2 available work items under my work. I'm going to drag one of the tasks to in progress work. And then add the new created project to Azure DevOps services. In the Solution Explorer, right-click the solution and then click Add Solution to Source Control. As you can see, there is a green plus icon for each file. The green plus icon means it is a new edited file. The next step is to check in the pending changes into Azure DevOps services. Go to Pending Changes. You can see there is a related work item which has associated to my check-in. Enter an appropriate comments in the comment box. And then click Check-in. Click Yes. A change set successfully checked in. At this point, the new created project is successfully added to Azure DevOps services. You can automate your builds and deployments with pipelines. For this demo, I have one development machine and a self-host agent. This is the development machine where I make changes and check in. This is the self-hosted agent which I'm going to use to build and deploy my application. I installed both AP Suite Developer and the Windows Runtime on this machine. Since I'm going to deploy my application to Windows platform, I run the build agent as a service. I also created a build definition for my application. There are two tasks in this build definition. One of the tasks is to run a batch file to stop the system before doing the build. The other task is to build and deploy the application. The continuous integration is disabled for now. I can manually check a build from Visual Studio 2019. In Team Explorer, select the build definition, right-click, click Queue New Build. Click Run Pipeline. Click Run. The build is started now. Build is complete and successful. I'm going to log into the build agent and have a look at the deployed application. The application is deployed successful and running okay in AP Suite 8.0 environment. Now, let's enable the continuous integration. Edit the build definition. Go to Triggers tab. Enable continuous integration. Click Save. Time to work on the second task. Drag the work item to In Progress Work. Right-click and open it. To complete the task, I need to update the supported software. Open the painter and make the changes accordingly. Save the changes. Open the pending changes. Enter a comment. Click Check In. A change set successfully checked in. Open Build in Team Explorer. Click View Builds in browser. It opens the Azure DevOps portal. As you can see, a build is running. Now the build is complete. I'm going to log into the build agent and have a look at the deployed application. The application is deployed successful. It shows the correct information. The background color is also changed. The Export As feature was introduced in AB Suite 7.0, and it allows you to create fixes to the AB Suite 6.1 application by using Visual Studio 2017. With AB Suite 8.0, it supports to create fixes with Visual Studio 2019 for the AB Suite 7.0 application. Take the qualification application as an example. You can create fixes with Visual Studio 2019 in AB Suite 8.0 development environment, and then port the changes back to AB Suite 7.0 test or production environment. I will demonstrate how to do this with the Export As feature. This is an AB Suite 7.0 test environment. The application is deployed on this machine for testing purpose. As you can see, the support software for 7.0 IC is not the latest. This needs to be updated. Let me give you a brief introduction of the workflow before I make the changes to the application with Visual Studio 2019. I created 3 folders under the demo team project. Qualification folder is the folder for developing new features with Visual Studio 2019. The qualification-CI pipeline is created to build the changes of the qualification folder. An agent for AB Suite 8.0 is set up for the qualification-CI pipeline. So for the changes checked into qualification, they will be built in the AB Suite 8.0 environment. Qualification-AB Suite 7 folder is a branch created from qualification folder. This folder is for creating fixes with AB Suite 8.0, but deployed to AB Suite 7.0. The qualification-ExportAs from AB Suite 8 pipeline is created to build the changes of the ExportAs from AB Suite 8 folder. An agent for AB Suite 7.0 is set up for the qualification-ExportAs from AB Suite 8 pipeline. For qualification-AB Suite 7 folder, we can create a pmod file with ExportAs after we create a fix with Visual Studio 2019. Then checking the pmod file to ExportAs from AB Suite 8 folder. With qualification-ExportAs from AB Suite 8 pipeline, we can import the PMOD file and then build and deploy it to AB Suite 7.0 test environment. For ExportAs from AB Suite 8 folder, it contains an AB Suite 7.0 project, which is used for the qualification-ExportAs from AB Suite 8 pipeline to build and deploy the application. Let's have a look at that pipeline. It has 3 tasks. The first task is to run a batch file to stop the system before the build. The second task is to run a different batch file to import the PMOD file. The third task is to build and deploy the application. Now let's update the application with Visual Studio 2019. We can update the IC series number and the date. The latest 7.0 IC has already been qualified with SQL Server 2019, so we can also update SQL Server version. The changes are done. Save it. Now I'm going to run ExportAs command to generate a PMOD file. ExportAs completed. Let's check in the PMOD file. Enter a comment and then click check in. Great, a change set successfully checked in. Next, I'm going to manually trigger a build to deploy the application to AB Suite 7.0 test environment. Go to build. Select the build definition, right click, queue new build. Click run pipeline. The agent pool is already selected. Click run. Build is started. Build is complete now. Let's log into the AB Suite 7.0 test environment. As you can see, the changes developed with Visual Studio 2019 are ported back to AB Suite 7.0 successfully. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.